Welcome to this edition of Cogeco North Bay News, truly local television. I'm Clarke Heipel. Indeed, North Bay City Council continues to pare down the budget increase number after a series of special budget meetings. The last came Wednesday night, and the budget figure now sits at 2.2% of an increase. We get some reaction from councillors a day later.
Well, there's some real savings in it. The problem is, even though I brought forward the idea of taking from reserves, that is a false positive. I mean, it's bringing your revenues up when in fact there's no real revenues. You're just going to your piggy bank. The irony too that I found is we've added debt. Last night we added debt, and I do get the concept. Money is relatively cheap to borrow right now. I understand that whole concept. But there are people sitting at the table that are part of local groups that criticize us fiercely for having the debt that we do have. And the irony is we've shifted more debt to that side, which is fine. Like I said in the meeting last night, I don't agree with everything that's in the budget, but I do, I do support the 2.21. I mean, at some point we have to pass the budget. We have to move forward from that and then start the business of the city. And we will probably be back in budgets again towards the end of September, beginning of October.
We were at last night's budget meeting, Greg. There are a number of other issues actually still to come forward. One is the reduction actually in the police services budget. I'm still not satisfied with the answer I was given last night with respect to the payment to the hospital. That's something that's still out there. The other thing actually is the request for dividends from North Bay Hydro. I haven't heard that part of my thoughts actually hasn't come forward yet. So we're still some way away from what I think is the end of the day, and I'm sure on the 16th there'll be some I guess I would call it maybe manipulation in the way the budget operates.
2.2. The people I talk to, the taxpayers out there, we're looking for something around the inflation rate. It's something I campaigned on. Again, you have to give and take. I didn't want to take that much from reserves, and I didn't want to have the debt level certainly increase. But again, you got to reach that consensus. I'm still hoping we can maybe whittle it down a little bit more to 2%. But it's not going to be a game breaker for me. I think 2.2, given the different perspectives on council, is probably the best we could hope to have accomplished, and I was more worried it was going to be at 3.5% and stuck there. So we've made some strides.
A lot of rhetoric on social media, a lot of councillors firing back and forth to each other. It seems to be, in some people's opinions, sort of distracting from the process. Do you find it that way?
Well, I do find it's actually distracting a little bit, Greg. I think no matter who it is, certainly you want to get different opinions out there. I think that's important to the democratic process, and certainly something I encourage. And I've always been pretty forceful on my opinions, but at the end of the day, I've always tried to be respectful. And when we're starting talking about apologies, and I don't think we should be running our city through Facebook and those types of things. I think everybody has to turn down the rhetoric. Again, I don't have citizens thinking it should be that way that are talking to me. So, accusations floating back and forth and motions and those types of things, I do think, Greg, it absolutely distracts us from it.